Hi, I'm Alexandra and I'm with Educraft. Today I'm going to walk through our Pixel Graphics workshop. It's a workshop that we offer to all students of all ages, down from primary through secondary and even adult courses. So the programming language we use is actually called BBC Basic. It's not quite as advanced as like what Python is in like the secondary school environment, but it's not. It is actual coding, like you can see on the screen. It's a good language to bridge the gap between Scratch and Python and more advanced languages like C. So when we do it, we like to have vintage hardware on site, like this BBC Basic prompt's running on an Electron. It also runs on BBC microcomputers from the 80s, but we also emulate through modern computers and Raspberry Pis and that kind of thing. So at the start of a class, we also like to walk through the history of computing and how things have evolved from back then into now. So we show how programs load on cassettes. We always like to make sure the kids see what a floppy disk is like, because they're quite big and there's not a lot on them. And we like to show how it's evolved into a micro SD. These computers are also very important in British history and the tech industry, because after these computers were made, the British designers went on to make the ARM chips. And the ARM chips are still used today in about 90% of mobile phones and plenty of other things, including Raspberry Pis and even some PCs. So during the class, we'll hand out some graphic design sheets like these ones here. It's kind of like a grid squared paper. And as the children start to fill them in, there's some basic addition that they can do that allows them to define the sprite later on in the program. So as they're defining the program, they use the binary that they've just done with the graph paper, and they start to define their sprite. And then we introduce basic commands like printing it, displaying it in different parts of the screen with a tab command, and eventually loops and stuff that can animate the sprite even further. So this example program, if I were to run it, this positions a double sprite in a specific part of the screen that we've defined earlier in the program.